We did work together in down the hall earlier this year because when I hosted SNL, you came back to play the president, which is something you do.
But isn't it weird how this building, when you're in and out of this building for many, it's like a blur. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
you walk down the hall and you're like, was that Belushi, Tom Brokaw, you, Carson?
Yeah.
So there's like one big ocean of people that we've
And
seen.
now
at
I guess the first time you were in the building was probably hosting. I mean, I guess you'd maybe been here for other
I
things.
did a soap opera here.
You did a soap
I
opera
did a
here.
soap opera on the third floor. I did a soap opera here that, which when I was on it, I killed it. It went off the air while I was on the show.
Wow.
I killed the show.
But does that mean your character survived if the show went off the air before they could kill you?
No, I'm saying my acting killed the show.
No.
But
then, if you can get the show canceled before they can kill off your soap opera character, that's a job well done.
I think what I love about that show, it's funny you say that, this is true. I was killed by two people simultaneously, unaware of each other's presence.
Oh!
One guy was aiming to shoot me through the window of an apartment across the hallway, across the alleyway, and as he was aiming to shoot me, bing bong, there's a knock at my door, a guy I'm expecting. I open the door, and he shoots me with a pistol, and the other guy shoots me in the back. They both shot me at the same time. And they were independent contractors.
So that's an impossible murder to solve.
I thought it was thrilling.
Yeah.
It was amazing. Two guys shot me at the same time. They were completely independent.
When that was obviously an early job, were you upset when that happened, when you found out, oh, you've been killed off your soap opera
Whenever
job?
you're on a show, whenever you're doing a job in this business, when it's over, you'd go through that thing like, oh, I'll never work again. You know what I mean? So when the soap opera was over, I was tense.
Sure.
Yeah, I thought I'd never get a job again. But then I went out to LA and I did TV and blah, 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 blah.
And then you hosted SNL, and when you finished your first time hosting, did you think, oh, I'm going to come back and do this again?
No.
Really?
No. That was 1990.
Yeah.
And I didn't do 30 Rock or any kind of comedy stuff. And when I came on, I went home. I think I threw up like all night in my bathroom.
Yeah.
I was like, they're never going to ask me to come back and do this again.
But, you are, obviously, as evidenced by how many times they've had you back, I think that's always the most exciting kind of host, is somebody who people don't know you did comedy until you did that, and then it was a revelation.
But I say this all the time, and I'm not saying this to be kind, but it's like, Tina, Carlock, you, Conan, people like that, they're funny because they write, and I don't write. I'm just an actor, and I say the lines. So when I would come on and do the show, I thought this is the only, SNL was the only time people would give me an opportunity to do that. And eventually, like in 2006, we started doing 30 Rock. But prior to that, this was the only chance I could get to. And plus, I was telling Kevin backstage, I was saying how, SNL is the only place you could do certain things. So like McKay, before Adam McKay became a big famous movie director, he'd walk up to me and go, okay, at the end of the sketch, they're going to throw the eggs at you. You're running for governor. They're going to throw the eggs at you. You're going to turn. The eggs are going to hit you in the backside. And then the one's holding up the baby for you to kiss. Then you grab the baby and you wipe your ass with the baby. I remember sitting there going, oh my God. But then you realize this is the only place in the world that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Wipe your ass. It says, Governor Wheeler wipes his ass with the baby.
Yeah.
And Kevin's like, hey.
And now that's like not even a big deal in
now-
politics. Yeah. I want to, I would like to say that I wrote this sketch, but the reality is David Mamet wrote this sketch and I just adapted it. But every year at Christmas, this ends up, this is Glengarry Glen Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
And you sort of
And you wrote
revisit it. I did write it, but again, it was really just David Mamet and I
Now,
just
do you
changed.
miss that? On this show, how much writing do you get to do on this show?
Not as much.
Not as much?
No.
Do you miss that?
I miss how thrilling it was when something went the way you wanted
well.
it to go, which doesn't happen that often.
Did you write the Roger Stone? Did you write the Roger Stone?
I didn't
bit?
write that
You
joke,
did
but that was a great joke.
Yeah.
And it's also great to say them. Like, I do like saying the jokes my writers write me. But
Yeah.
that was, especially at the
Now
table.
you know how I feel.
Yeah.
I just say the jokes. I
Yeah,
don't write
but
the
you're a
jokes.
good actor, and I'm just a man at a desk.
Well, that's why I waited 5 years.
That's why you
Warmed up.
waited
No,
5
but
years.
when you wrote this, people have asked me to do this kind of thing before. They've asked me to do some Glengarry riff on this scene kind of thing, and I would never do it, never. And you gave me this, and I was like, no, God damn it, it really is funny.
Yeah.
So we did it. It was
It was
funny.
a lot of fun. I have one prop from SNL that I kept that's in my office. It's not actually in this picture. It's a giant gumdrop from that sketch.
Yes.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
when they said, "Do you want this?" and I said yes, and I brought it home, and my wife said, "Take it to the office."
I have one prop. I mean, I have many other things, but I have one prop from my desk when I did 30 Rock, which is I have like a GE. It said like Global Business Leader. It was a glass globe of the Earth. It just said GE Global Business Leader, and that's on my desk too. Now, is this a gift to me? Are you giving this to me?
You can take it if you want. Yeah.